Right, it's probably a bit late for me to be doing this. It's midnight, and I have an appointment at 9:20 in the morning. But I should have some of the changes in now from earlier today, and some of the fixes I asked Claude to do because I was lazy. And I feel like I want to try and start. I don't think I want to fiddle with the I need a better name for them, the dwarves, because they're not dwarves. I'm not going to fiddle with the aliens. I'm not even going to try and pronounce Nuche. Okay, well, I just did, so you know I can. But I'm just going to do the obvious start, right? I'll do completely the default start. I won't even pick seed. What is it? Please say what I. Unfortunately, I have an encyclopedic knowledge of astronomy. So it's very rare that a star pops up and I don't know what it is unless it's one of those bloody HD numbers because it's so poorly known. Right. Oh, that looks nice. Sword Belt of Orion from here. Oh, that's got the trapezium, actually. So I just want to look at these stars because, like I said, I've got the encyclopedic knowledge. And if I could, yeah, okay, yeah, that's definitely Orion over there. If you got Rigel, that's probably Betelgeuse, I guess. Yep. See, how many people do you know who can do that, right? Nobody, because nobody's been this far out of space. But yeah, sorry, I quite enjoyed the fact that I can navigate by the stars. Apparently, anywhere in the galaxy that's near enough to us. Right, let's go and get some stuff. We need some water. It's kind of the first thing we usually need because we make the fuel and the oxygen and the drinks from it. And with some carbon and nitrogen, we can make some food. Horrible, horrible synthesized food that will make the dwarves miserable. Let's see what we've got. It's probably enough for them to survive about, what, 4 days on the survival meals. And then another 24 on the, another 20. Let's just say that's 30 days. Let's go. It's enough for a month. We've got a month not dying. Pin the surface, please. Come on. I thought I'd already done that, but I was busy talking, I guess. It's not doing a perfect job of it. It is a level 1 pilot. Why have we got a level 1 pilot piloting the ship? I do want to sort this out because I really don't want the user to have to micromanage. This is kind of like I guess a grand strategy game in some sense of like you're never meant to directly do things. Yes, this is what I get for not changing my dwarfs on start. Is I've got one dwarf. Maybe I'm missing it. Surely someone has pilot. This guy, come on, why don't you let me click pilot 1? So he's just as useless as it gets. So the leader has a better pilot skill. He's busy reading. This guy's fractionally better. You're now the pilot. No, apparently that doesn't work anymore. No, there we go. Pilot. No. The problem with making stuff is then you find your bugs. I don't know how I broke that. That was working forever. It's kind of like it is something I wanted to get rid of. And it's still not making him the pilot. Maybe he just doesn't want to do it. Oh, and of course there's no money. I should make them start with some money so it's not quite so awful as it is. That looks like possibly 2 different types of ice, but we'll see what we get. Come on, guys. Why is nobody mining? Oh, do you know what this is going to be? This is going to be that nobody has... No, we've got a miner. Oh, and he's a pilot. And he's the pilot. Balls. This guy can't do anything. Can't do anything. That guy can't do anything. This guy looks really effective. What is he doing? Reading descriptive statistics. Whatever. Why are you breaking down, buddy? What's going on? No, he's completely unrested. And he's going on an EVA because he's having a breakdown. I guess he's Is it because he's having a breakdown, or is it because he was doing the mining? Poor guy. Clearly hates being outside. It's a shame. He looks like he's a bit lazy, but not very much. I should probably make these kinder, because like this is slightly below average, right? It's like slightly lazy. And like maybe stupid is a bit harsh for below average intelligence. I'll think about that. Right, so we've got some stuff. What are we getting? I'm gonna have to stay. Oh, they're all breaking down. What have we actually got? The water's going up from the ice refinery. I can't actually see water ice in the stores. That's a bug that I keep meaning to fix. It's very unlikely we'll get deep enough into this to find any of the core material quickly, so I'm going to see if we have... Yeah, there's plenty of others around. That granite one is the furthest away. We've got ice. Let's do this one first. 10 meters. That's perfect. Carbonaceous chondrite. I think I can just about see it, but that could just be a patch in the sky. Or, we might actually be doing some really bad manoeuvring because of our level 1 pilot. And he might just actually be slowly flying around the rock. Try out. There it is. That's got to be it. Yeah, okay, so it's not that bad. It's not doing a terrible job flying the ship, actually. We're having some good luck. Yeah, no, he is actually doing a terrible job, never mind. When they get that right, yeah, they do one burn, coast, flip, and then gradually decelerate at the target. He has no reason to do 2 flips. But he is a level 1 pilot. It's his first outing and he shouldn't be at the wheel. Oh, this looks perfect! I'll stop you there because you're liable to crash if I don't stop you. I do like drilling holes through these things. It's kind of fun. But I think I've got all of the coloured patches that I've seen. That's probably more than enough. This is going to remove, I don't know, maybe 30% of the top parts or half of the rock. So we're probably going to get a sixth of it out now. And there'll be a huge tunnel through the middle. Alright, let's get it over with. Oh, he's adrift. I left someone behind. I was the guy who went nuts, wasn't it? Oh, it's because I didn't cancel the mining jobs on the ice. No, I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one even was it? None of them say they're stranded. Maybe someone rescued him whilst I was messing around. Oh, he's not showing, breaking down. You were the pilot for a while. Oh, this is so nice. I'm going to fix them. They're on the list. I've asked Claude to fix them. They're going to come. Yeah, it's really satisfying to see the level of destruction on the smaller objects. And of course, this keeps a lot of things cheap because, like, it's really hard to carve massive chunks off of anything, but you can carve chunks off. And in fact, what I should probably do, and embarrass myself in the process, is actually try and cut this asteroid. Will it go in half? Is that going to be too ambitious? I think it might be too ambitious. Hopefully all of this, but if I just speed this up, this will leave me a mess behind. I'm just going to have to keep clicking these annoying big toasts that I never should have done before I was breaking down. Aliens, right? There's gems inside, yes! This is why it's so cool to get the small ones and carve through them. You're much more likely to find a dense core of something, even though it's a very low amount of it. Right, let's see. This does look doable, doesn't it? I know it's a bit of a pointless exercise. We'll use the resources. This is always really fiddly. I need to debug why that happens. There's some subtle difference in the placement and the actual grid when it confirms. For ages I had off by 1 errors in it. So part of the reason why those spheres actually. It's just like a much cooler shape for playing things up. I believe in you guys, I believe in you. You can't cut this asteroid in half. They seem quite happy at the moment. I mean, I definitely need to do something about their happiness. You can see his bar going up and down right and bottom end there. Like, he's probably just getting miserable and then doing something to stop being miserable before having to get back to all of his mining jobs. And he's probably annoyed that there is no money. Is it that guy I wanted? I'll let them pick their own pilot. But I'm guessing he'll quit because he didn't get paid. That is really annoying. And that's enough of that one. I don't like this toggle to mine. I did copy it from Dwarf Fortress. I find it so natural to press the button one too many times, and then I'll do a right click to cancel and nothing happens. Like you just saw happen then. It really is just me being a doofus. Right now, one of the reasons I'm curious about doing this, I haven't done it in a while, and I asked Claude to have a crack at fixing a bug that was introducing stepping, where the pieces being masked didn't have any of the fractional field values in them because the mask was a Boolean mask. So it should multiply fields. Okay, I think it's done. And it didn't even pop, which is the idea. Let's make sure it is actually separated. The thing is, right, is that they might well tunnel like this for quite a while. Or there's some tiny piece connected together, which is quite nice. Oh yeah, I think it's quite likely that it's split into 2 pieces. That's why it's really hard to tell until it's spinning for a while. Well, do I really want to watch it for that long? Could just get some of these last goodies out of here, that would be nice. And then we'll move on to the next one because we almost certainly need some more stuff. Oh, what happened there? Oh, man. Just come. Oh, that is a really heavy hang. I bet you that whatever I just asked it to mine is actually separating the rocks. Yeah, they're 2 different colours, which is a really big hint that something happened there. I don't think that's lighting. That is something went wrong splitting the material between the meshes. So this piece has got ore deposits on it. This one I think is not. And yes, they're definitely very separate now, as you can see, because they're starting to drift further and further apart, just like you'd expect. Oh, that looks pretty. I need to fix how visible asteroid belts are. I've been tweaking that repeatedly. There is probably a Kuiper belt in this system, a bunch of planets. So this zodiac dust, a whole ton of these dots around here actually rocks them. I need to make it so you can click on them at a distance. Sometimes you can tell because you click on one and nothing happens. Oh. Yeah, isn't that cool? Eat your heart out, space engineers. But are they cutting through each other? Yes, of course, they're not colliding properly. There is a field-based physics that should be working. It works correctly between the ships and the rocks. But I've still not quite worked out that they do actually physics each other, but they kind of overlap before the collision gets detected. And the collision resolution isn't great either. Like, presumably because it's intersecting, but I have to work that out. But yeah, you can see these are moving apart now. So it's almost like they're collided. What is this though? That looks like some kind of metal that I missed, but let's go to the next one. What do we have? Is it granite? Yes, perfect. Oh, perfect. And we've managed to get some metals from doing that, so that's a good start. This one's really far away. I wonder if anyone's going to bother flying the ship. Please be the level 2 pilot that I always wanted. It is. I never want a level 2 pilot, really. What I want is a level 15 pilot. Or higher. The highest you can start with that is 15. They got up to 20. Yeah, piloting's interesting, so they need to be able to pilot to be able to use the jetpack. Which means that dwarfs that can't pilot can't do construction and mining work outside of the ship. Or outside of a pressurized space, I should say. So if you want to get them mining, it actually gives you an incentive to then build a little thing on the rock. So that you can put them in there to mine. Now, I've tried doing this a few times, but I always find some snacks that I then have to go and fix. I'm going to try and do it again, because we're going towards exactly the right rock for the type of resources that we need to do this. Sure, stop still. Trusting him. Is he going to let himself get whacked? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to be sure either. So wait, how big is this thing? Let's get rid of this. 47, so it's like 5 times bigger than the last one. It's covered in little patches of colour. Hopefully some of these are some metals good enough to use for coins. And in fact, that reminds me, I always forget my favourite thing to build. So much my favourite. It's number 1 on my hotbar of stuff to build. Alloy furnace. I don't know why I always put it there either, but it seems like a good spot. So they'll be able to make steel from the iron and carbon that we've got with that, hopefully. See a dude's building it. I copied the mining beam for these construction beams and never see them. I've screwed something up somewhere. What have we got? Oh, we've got quite a lot of metals here. Gold? 100 gold? How many coins have you made? Why are you not making coins? You should be able to make coins in the assembler. Oh, he's working outside. He's the one doing it. Oh no. The job is build that. Oh, he's using calcium for making that. Oh. What's his skill? Yeah, okay. So he's an idiot at making things, so he's decided to make it out of calcium. Do we even have any more calcium? No, we've got loads. I wonder what he's waiting for. Needs 6 calcium plate, 2 calcium tubes, and a phosphorus gear. He's probably making those things, isn't he? Oh. Yeah, he was making them. He makes a gear out of phosphorus. I need to change some of the material selections, definitely. It's going to take me a while because I've got a few of them and I will miss stuff out. But yeah, I mean, calcium is a soft metal, and phosphorus is a powdery non-metal. What is he even waiting for now? He wants 2 iron gears now. At least he's choosing some better materials. Calcium is such a bad choice. Should have done this much earlier because it takes time and that furnace is super useful. I really need to work out why it is that these creatures that I decided to be covetous and greedy are just looking at that pile of 103 gold and not turning it into a bunch of fucking jewellery and coins. That's a good point. I wonder if they've actually done... It's probably not jewellery. That would just be tin. What have they got? Oh, calcium earring. Definitely need to not have calcium as a structural metal. I don't actually have structural or non-structural metals, so that's actually the problem with my set. And it's just a metal. So I need to introduce a new category of non-structural metals that will include calcium, potassium, lithium, those kinds of things. So, lithium, obviously useful for batteries, and I do have nickel and cadmium as well, which is quite cool. I know it's a load of variation, but I really enjoy the richness. I want to organise this UI a lot better. I do like a certain level of realism. I think there's a time and a place where it doesn't take away from the fun, and it just makes the game world feel richer. And also, a load of these materials I've got gameplay plans for, but I haven't even come near yet. Like vanadium for making stainless steel, because dwarves are going to have to clean things at some point. I haven't done the cleaning yet, but I want to have like battle damage, right? And they fix battle damage at the moment. But if I want to have like battle scars on the ship, like a diligent dwarf is going to want to clean that up and paint it again. You know what I mean? And stainless steel will be easier to clean than steel, which will be easier to clean than iron. So what's going on there? Why is it's probably, I can't remember what the blue circle means. Something bad. Is he just going on a suicide? Let me select it. It's utterly bizarre. I think we've probably had enough battles for these little spots by now. It's not very important to persist on the same spot and make a massive tumble into the pool. Probably got some goodies by doing this. There's loads of gems in there. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't mean to pop through the mesh. It's also a bug that I've been trying to fix for a while. Don't understand where he's going. Probably home, hopefully home. Why is the build grid not disappearing? That's just like... That's a bizarre new bug. Didn't even notice that. Okay, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing, man? Turning a fucking breakdown again. In his superior shirt with his calcium earrings. Just stop doing this job that nobody wants you to do, bro. Go home. You've had no rest. You're supposed to be in bed. Oh. Right. Do I even want to build on this? I don't. What I want to do is find somewhere to go. Right? Is everyone done with their shitty work? No, this dude is still doing something I didn't need doing. Where is he? He's going to go through the rock. For fuck's sake, I've tried to fix that a zillion times. I think the AI just like sabotages me sometimes because I want to blame it right now for that, which I know for a fact I fixed before. It's supposed to raycast the rock and then sample random points to find one with line of sight so that you can navigate around it. Why it's so hard to oh, there it is. That's another reason not to dig too deep into these rocks. It takes a nightmare to do it. I tell you what, I bet you he was going crazy because the ship is on the opposite side because the pilot sucks, probably. Go on, go and make his life easier. Go and get him. Oh, you level 5. It's because the leader is piloting the ship. Oh, now he's got 2 jobs. That means he's going to get annoyed. I mean, they've all been getting annoyed. should have, instead of just getting the water and talking so much, I should have spent some time inside the ship. I should have built the furnace immediately, just because it gives you access to more things you can make coins from, even though coins clearly aren't being made. I should have built some more beds and maybe sofas and, I don't know, got them to make a game console or whatever. Another computer, because that's always useful. Right, are we done now? We're finally done. Yeah, we're all done. You're teaching each other things and learning things and studying. That's great. We need more of that. Right, wow, we detected a lot of stuff out here. Of course we did. The map screen isn't perfect. Like, I don't know what this thing is that Claude made to put there. I certainly didn't ask for it. As you can see, we've got the kind of like the range you can see of the scan. And there's actually 3 scan ranges. I just don't tell you that because you don't need to know. Right, what do we not have? Ammonia water ice. That sounds incredibly useful. And it's further in than us. How vertical is this? Very near to the variable plane of the system. I can afford the 3-day burn, but I suspect that's going to use a fuck ton of fuel. We have got enough food to last 25 days, and that will cost enormously less fuel. I think I'm going to go for the 8 days, just to be safe, because we're going somewhere with ice. This shouldn't be a problem. I don't think I want to time warp all these days, because the time warp is capped by a certain amount of processing power, so I need to optimize it more. I think 50 isn't even 50. I think 25 is. We'll tell, because at 25 this will go up 1 a second. Yeah, so it's even slower than that. You see, that's not seconds. It's like 2 or 3 seconds each. Right, so this button is going to disappear in the final game, but I need to optimize all this stuff more. And if I do have this button, it will do a loading screen where it's simulating everything that happened in between, and it might pop up an event or something. I haven't quite decided, but yeah, this is a cheat. It just like pops you there immediately, which of course gives no time for the LOD. That lowest level LOD is so bad. Don't understand why it comes out so badly. It's using exactly the same algorithm as this LOD. Maybe it's something about coarsely sampling the grid and the volume sphere in which they're generated, something like this. Right, so this is the amazing ammonia water ice rock. Ammonia hydrate. I don't see any coloured patches, really. Oh, maybe. No, I don't think there are. And it is quite a massive rock. Actually, maybe that is some kind of cap. I don't know. Right, where are we going to mine? Let's make it easy for ourselves. I should make a special case for the poles. The problem is there's always some gimbal lock in the maths, so I suspect when he does get there... Oh good, he's upgraded his piloting skill whilst we were waiting around. Great. Right, right. Yeah, so the problem is the nearer to the pole, the faster the thing is actually kind of... the slower the thing is moving, you know. And that's a really good place to mine, but the gimbal lock type maths problems get in the way because this autopilot is the first autopilot that I made for this. It's like riddled with problems, and all I've really done is just sort of iterated on it. I say autopilot, it's the character in the game is supposed to be piloting it, but it is being piloted by code. We've got to go get the stuff that we can make food out of, boys. Let's see how our stores are holding up. Hundreds of field rations, 101 field rations, 5 survival meals. So we ate half of our survival meals, and we wonder where we got the nitrogen from. Oh, do you know what? You probably don't need nitrogen for field rations, but you do for replicating a survival meal. They can make alcohol, but I haven't given them a drive to want to drink it or make it very much. Which is something I should fix. Well, ammonia. I wonder if we already had that and I just missed that we already had that. These calcium pieces, man, in all my days. I might rename computer to processor because it's a blockable computer and so it's computer. I wanted somewhere to build, but I don't like building on a fast spinning rock. It just makes life harder for the ports. But I did want to test out building. Let's see what else is around here. A density anomaly, a surface anomaly, and a structure. Those got to be far away. And there's nothing actually around here. Oh. So I guess nobody's been doing any scanning as well. We haven't been here though. I should probably speed this up. Wait for it to say scanning or something. No one's scanning. Nobody wants to scan. Like, why are you reading about prime numbers, bro? Ah, it's been 30 minutes. So at least I know there's 30 minutes of gameplay in here somewhere, even if it's a bit weird and frustrating and I talk too much. What am I going to do? I am just going to build here, fuck it. I need to make this grid a bit more visible. This does all work quite well. So what do we want? We just want normal solid blocks, I think. The base. Can we lower it one? Another one. Oh, that's as low as we'll go. Don't need to build billions of these, really. Just want to make sure it works. So I need to do the, you know, the classic Minecraft trick of getting rid of all the eternal bases. I really need to do that because I don't like how ugly this looks, and it could have a nice glowy edge on all of these things, just like the placement cube. Right, they're building, and there's no building beams. Let's change the camera so we can actually see what's going on. Zoom in on another place. Like this. Now, unfortunately, one thing that I forgot to do, and I keep forgetting to fix, is that when you switch these camera modes, it decides the focal point of the, you know, the orbit camera stuff. But everything moves with n-body physics, so this thing is not going to stay at the focal point. You'll get to see drift due to gravity. Like, so far away from such a tiny star, a system where we haven't detected very many other things. What's that? Oh, our base, of course it is. Put together quite quickly. Nice grand plan. Does that not disappear unless I press the key? So I think there is a bit of a gap there that I don't like that. I like it when the blocks intersect, so I'm going to definitely have to do something about that. Why is there... There's no way to change the camera speed in this setting. Right. Let's see if I can make it pressurized. This doesn't look like the right level. There we go. I'm gonna need an airlock. For some reason I feel like putting it there just so I can see it. And then we need a roof. Where even is the ship? It's going to make the pilot's life a little bit harder. He's flicking because he's not always burning. Maybe it was just too close to where I'd last clicked, so he didn't want to do it. Pin cancelled. It might be the surface velocity or something like this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If they're building my base, it's beautiful. It doesn't need to be in build mode when we're in the base though. Yeah, that's not it. Still, it's going. It's definitely going. We've got enough materials to build this for sure. Build the airlock. Okay, so there's a new problem right away. Build cutaway doesn't work, so I'm not going to be able to build inside unless I do it really quick. Or I can guess. Good guess, let's just guess. Right, so that's the ground. That's the place where I can put stuff. What do I want? Water tank, a battery, solar panel. The solar panel is going to be useless. We don't need the battery to be inside, there's no reason for that. Tank doesn't need to be inside either. Put up the roof. Go on, take it as a chimney. Oh. Cargo container should definitely be inside that. There we go, there's a cargo container in there. I'll say life support. I thought I put life support on it. I guess I broke it. So missing this. Food synthesizer, life support. It shouldn't be under industry, is how I'm missing this. Where are we going to put that on? It needs plate in the stores. Couldn't they just make it? Right, I think I've definitely found enough glitches to make some build button, to make some progress on improving the quality of this game. It does seem like they don't want to build it. But there wasn't enough stuff. Oh, of course, the cargo container. I wonder about the water tank though. Let's just see if it does get built. Or the battery. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right, enough of that.